Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. This is Anna's Aqua Home, where I sew, craft, and DIY. I love making handmade items for my home and also to give away as gifts. One of the gifts that I have been making to give away for many years are stuffed animals. And today I wanted just to show you a quick and easy way that I make stuffed animals to give away for babies that are in my life or coming. And I actually sold these at flea markets and craft shows many years ago at this point, and they were a pretty good seller. You can make so many different kinds of animals. I'm going to show you like how to make a little stuffed giraffe today, and some other safari animals, but you can also do like ocean animals. I've done a whale and a dolphin. I've done a seahorse. I've done a sea turtle. There are so many different ways that you can follow these simple steps and make your own really easy, really simple stuffed animals. So that starts with a pattern. You can certainly find patterns online for pretty cheap or possibly even free for stuffed animals, but I like to make my own. And what I do is I just go to Google and I search for whatever animal I want. I search that with a silhouette. So what it comes up with is like a simple animal shape. So that would be an elephant silhouette. And then here's one for the giraffe that I'm going to be making. So what you're basically doing is just looking for a silhouette of that animal. That does a couple things. When you could just Google like elephant picture, but you're going to get realistic elephants, you're going to get cartoon elephants, you're going to get a bunch of different ones with a bunch of different detail. The thing that you want with the stuffed animal is you just want a very basic shape that is recognizable as the animal that you want. So by doing a silhouette, it's all black or all white, and it's going to be the same when you cut it out, all one fabric. So I hope that makes sense. But once you have that picture, I normally save it and I go put it in a Word document, blow it up to the biggest size that it can do on just a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. If you wanted a bigger one, you could always like blow it up so it goes on 2 pages and then tape them together. I have done that before, but most of the time the size of just an 8.5 by 11 works really well. So after you have your pattern, you can go ahead and pick out your fabrics. So I'm using this really soft fabric. I'm not sure if this would be considered a minky fabric or not. And then I'm using this really fun chevron, different colors, kind of like a rainbow chevron fabric. So when you have your outline, I've already done a rough cut for this one on the chevron fabric. So I've already just cut 1/4 of an inch around the entire piece on my chevron, but then with the other one, I've left it big. So you can either lay this on your fabric and sew right next to it, or you can cut it 1/4 of an inch bigger and then go ahead and just sew 1/4 of an inch around. I tend to like to do it with where it's a bigger fabric, and then I just trim off the excess as I go around. Now, for a giraffe, it normally has a mane right here, that thing of hair. And so for this, I already actually did this, but I did a whole bunch of ribbon. I got a whole bunch of different colored ribbons. I got some rickrack in there. And what I did is I cut some pieces and then I pinned them in between so that when I sew over this, it's going to catch all these cute little ribbons, and it's going to be a little ribbon mane. So I use ribbon for hangers. If you want to, like, if you have like say an elephant, you can put a little piece of ribbon in the middle of the back of the elephant right here, and that way it's really nice to clip onto a stroller, or you can clip it onto a playpen or something like that. So definitely adding little strings of ribbon really helps, but you can also use the ribbon as decoration, like a mane or a tail or something like that. So Now that I have this cut out, I'm going to go ahead and probably start here and do a 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then leave about an inch to 1.5 inches opening, so that we can turn it right side out. So let's get sewing. If you want to pin this template and pattern onto the fabric and then just sew at the edge of the fabric, that is a really good way when you're first learning. When you're first learning how to do the different shapes, that's a really good option. Or you can just go on your own, just with the shape that you've cut out. Either way works. All right, now when we get to this part, we're going to want to slowly pull out the pins as we go down. And then because these pieces of ribbon are going to be pulled on a lot, I'm going to back stitch over each piece just to make sure it's really, really secure in there. And even if the baby pulls, it's not going to come off. On this pattern, the head is probably the hardest to do. It's just got a lot of tight turns. So just go slow and make sure, if you need to, put your needle down and pick your presser foot up to go around some of the spaces. You can definitely do that. All right, now that we've sewn all the way around there, we can take the pins out, trim the threads. Here we go. And here is our cute little sewn giraffe. And now we can just get some scissors and trim up the excess. And then we're going to take this right here and turn it inside out. One more step before we turn it out. We are going to go ahead and clip the edges. So we're going to just clip around every curve, and that's going to help it lay flatter. So as we do it out, go ahead and just make tiny little clips around. Make sure you don't go over where you've sewn. That would not be good. But everywhere that is a curve, and this shape definitely has a lot of curves. But go ahead and be just trimming it around, and that will really help it when we go to fill it with the stuffing. cute is this? I turned it all inside out. You can see it is just so cute. I absolutely love how it is looking. I love all the different ribbons and how well they go with it. So now we're just going to go ahead, grab a chopstick and some stuffing, and go ahead and stuff this full of polyfill. I like to start at the far ends first. And chopstick's having a hard time making it around these corners. So I go ahead with my finger, but push it way up into the farthest places first, and then slowly work your way to the opening. All right, once you have squished this around to where you want it to be and you are happy with the thickness and the squishiness, it is time to close up this opening. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. You could hand stitch it, and that would probably be the best, so that you didn't really see it. You could do a little invisible hand stitching, or if you're quick, you're like me and you like to finish projects pretty quickly, then you can machine sew it. I think that's what I'm going to do, but just know you can machine or hand stitch it as well. You're going to want to squish some of the polyfill over to the left so that it can you can sew over it a little bit easier, but know that you can just go ahead and put that polyfill back and move it around once you're done sewing. Well, I shouldn't try to talk and sew at the same time because then I do it a little bit sloppy. But now that it's there, you can move everything around that you pushed out of that little leg. And there is our finished stuffed animal. I absolutely love this little guy. He's so cute. I have not used this fabric very much, so this is my new favorite fabric to use because it goes with so much. Could be a little boy or a little girl giraffe, and I just really, really like it. Okay, I made some matching little guys to go with my giraffe. I used the same steps to make these. I did these double-sided. Some of them I just did plain cotton on both sides. Some I did that really soft fabric. This one I added a little tag to. I did another little elephant because I just had to. And this one actually has the same fabric. It's just going the other way. So these would be so cute to give as a little gift set to a new baby. Again, this would be like my safari gift set with more African animals, but you can make just so many different shapes, so many different stuffed animals, and they're really super simple to make. I've actually been making a lot of these, trying to stock up my gift drawer so that I have some ready when I need a gift last minute. I can just pull them out. And I actually went to Hobby Lobby and got a big bag of polyfill. I've been working on several projects with that polyfill and it's already gone. So I already told my husband that we need to go to Hobby Lobby again. So to get some more supplies. But thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today was a short video, but I just wanted to show you how you could make these really cute, adorable little stuffed animals. Really cute. You can make them out of fat quarters. They don't take a lot of fabric, but there's something handmade, something that's from your sewing machine and from your heart. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you stop back next time, but until then, have a great day.